What a year Bill Bates is having. What a career he's had, 11 years out of Tennessee.
Bill Bates was a fan favorite, and each year he was in jeopardy of not making the roster. Bates was criticized as being too small and not fast enough. It was that criticism which fueled him to prove his critics wrong.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen, and people can count you off, but as long as you have a chance, and as long as you have a uniform, then they can't write me off.
Bates experienced a lengthy 15-year career, all as a Dallas Cowboy.
Throws, and it's intercepted by Bill Bates.
Bill Bates, defensive back, nickel back, dime back. What positions did you not play as a Dallas Cowboy?
I have about played them all except quarterback. No, anything on the offense. You know, my third year in the league, Coach Landry figured that, you know, let me try to return punts. Right. And the reason was because I was the only guy really at that time that could really catch them. You know, I wasn't going to run by you, but, you know, I was going to catch the ball. So that didn't work out. My first preseason game, I tried to run over a linebacker that was a beast, and I'm gonna run him over. And next thing I know, I'm asleep in the middle of Texas Stadium. The fans probably remember that. And I got up. They put me in the golf cart. I go into the locker room and I say, "Hey, listen, I'm okay. I know what happened. I was returning the punt, got knocked, tried to run over a Green Bay Packer." But here's what you need to do. You need to go up in the stands and find my girlfriend. She drove all the way in from Atlanta to watch me play. And that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah.
And they said, "Bill, you're not okay. She's your wife." I said, "Oh, my God." So that knocked a whole year out of my life.
He and his wife Denise are proud parents of 5 children, 3 of which are triplets: Graham, Hunter, and Brianna, all of which have fond memories of Austin when the Cowboys held their training camp at St. Edward's University in the 90s.
Hey, Pepsi Man.
You know, whenever he stops playing, it's going to be kind of sad. This has been a yearly pilgrimage, and it's really fun. The kids look forward to it every summer.
This guy, honestly, I have to admit, is one guy that I idolized throughout the 80s, and I know many probably did as well. When you guys trained here in Austin as the Dallas Cowboys, what are your fondest memories? Obviously, this scenic overlook is it's a decent place, but training here in Austin for football as a Dallas Cowboy had to be one of your favorite memories.
Well, the memories are that it's hot, really hot. And so, you know, that kind of creates all kind of memories. But, you know, just the way that training camps went, you know, it was great down here. People obviously treat you great, and we weren't able to go out, spend much time out on the lake like a lot of people do. But, you know, some great memories, winning Super Bowls, things that, you know, that mean a lot to me. And there's a lot of great people in the Austin area. And I'm sorry my son, you know, he didn't sign for the other UT, you know. He signed for the real UT. So.
And speaking of his alma mater, during his days as a defensive back for the Tennessee Volunteers, Bates was on the wrong end of an infamous play with a future Dallas Cowboys teammate.
10, 12, he's running over people. Oh, you hurt him.
Midway through the third quarter, we blitzed from the left side, and I was playing safety. And so I was a safety on the other side, and he cut back, and next thing I know, footprint here.
Herschel ran right over 2 men. They had him dead away.
You know, he slipped, and the honest truth, he did. Bill Bates is one of the most vicious tacklers. So I made 15 minutes of fame off of him.
I never thought that it was that big of a deal until we lost the game by 1 point. And then after the game, I go to church, and I'm, you know, and everybody's pointing at me.
Yeah.
That's him. Then I look at the paper, and then it's me getting run over by Herschel Walker on the front page of the paper.
Oh,
dang! I mean, what is this all about?
But the two reunited in 1986 as teammates, wearing the same uniform at Dallas Cowboys training camp, and eventually Bates returned the favor to Herschel Walker.
I was known for practicing pretty hard all the time because I never knew, if I was going to get cut that moment. But I wanted to make sure that Jimmy knew that I remember those days and when Herschel ran me over. So he handed the ball off to Herschel, and I nailed him with no pads on. And Jimmy's like blowing the whistle. Oh, we're not tackling. We're not tackling. No, we're not. Everybody up. But I am.
That is a class guy, and he is one heck of a football player. And I have to tell you, I want to thank him for everything he's done to help me to be better.
Any advice you give to people that, because to kids being recruited now, because you were the guy that said, well, he was a great college football player. He's one of those tweeners for the NFL. But go ahead and tell this younger audience who are listening and watching how many times you pretty much survived the cut to make the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the one thing is, have a dream, set that dream. It may come true, but it may not come true. But if you are setting goals and you're trying to reach the top, then you're going to go in the right direction. Basically, to do your best, do what's right, and treat each other the way that you would want to be treated. As a player, somebody that, in sports, it's not what you do when everybody's watching. The coaches they make you do things. It's what you're doing when nobody's watching.
Sound advice from one of the hardest hitting Dallas Cowboys that many people know, the original number 40. Well, not the original, but one of the greatest number 40s in Dallas Cowboys history. For Bill Bates, Sean Clinch, KVU Sports.